Hello, it's Charles Lewis again, coming from Diamond Mind Studios, where we encourage you to use the power of your beautiful mind to rise to your fullest potential. I want to talk to you today about think it into existence. One of my favorite scriptures talks about speaking things into existence. Call those things that be not as though they were. Another one, my favorite, Mark 11, starts off by saying to tell this mountain, if you tell this mountain to go throw itself in the sea. Proverbs, life and death is in the power of the tongue. So there are plenty of scriptures out there that talk about speaking things into existence because words are very, very powerful. But behind every word is a thought. So if I had to pick one that was more important, I would always go with the thought. Because we speak what we think. So we need to think and speak things into existence, but today we're going to talk specifically about thinking things into existence. There are plenty of scriptures that talk about thought. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Another one talks about think on these things. It gives you a list of things to think about. Everything that we see in the physical 3D realm began with a thought. You and I began as a thought in our parents' minds. This chair I'm sitting in, the building, the structure, every building, every vehicle, everything we use on a daily basis all began with the thought. Thoughts are very powerful. Thoughts are creative in nature. And you have a beautiful mind. You could either use it for you or against you. So you have to be cognizant of what you're thinking. Napoleon Hill once said, "You are what you think about all day long." So we need to take a fearless inventory of our thoughts. I remember when I was trying to change my life, I knew how important what I said was. So the first thing I started to do was watch my mouth. If I would think something, I wouldn't say it. I would catch myself before I spoke on it, because you don't want to give it life or additional life by speaking it. And which helped me make some gradual changes, but it's not as effective as focusing on the thought that led to the desire to speak a certain thing. So the analogy I like to use is like a bouncer. If you go to a larger city, they typically, and you go to a club, they typically have a big judgy bouncer. And based on the type of party that they have in will determine the type of people that they're going to let in. And they want nice looking people. They want the men that the girls are going to be, that the hottest girls are going to be attracted to. And they want the women that the men that are going to spend the most money are going to be attracted to. So that is their main priority. Some other people that don't fit the bill will probably get in, but a very small percentage. All right, so they're very cognizant, and they scrutinize everybody heavily before you. I mean, they're the gatekeepers. So I always say that you need to have one of those judgy bouncers at the forefront of your mind. Okay, judging every thought that comes in there. And this is the thing. You can't control the thoughts that just involuntarily pop up in your mind, but you can control whether or not you focus on it and you allow it to grow and snowball. Because a negative thought unchecked is going to lead to negative emotion, it's going to lead to negative behavior, then you're going to have negative outcomes as a result of that. So you created your situation, that negative situation, because you didn't get that negative thought in check initially. So, say a negative thought pops up, some type of limiting thought. You're in pain. Well, there's plenty of different ways to combat that psychologically. One way is to say, oh, my back is killing me. Number one, that's the worst thing that you could possibly say. It's giving life to the pain. You've judged the pain, number one. It's a neutral occurrence. It's neither good or bad. So you've labeled it bad. Not only have you labeled it bad, but you've given it authority by your speech to kill you. And it just may seem trivial what I'm saying, but you are the product of your habitual thoughts and what comes out of your mouth most frequently. What I like to do, and I know that some pain is worse than others, but I don't want you to get into this victim mode where nobody understands your situation, nobody hurts like you're hurting. There's always somebody that has it worse than you. I'm not saying that your situation isn't bad, but you can't take on a victim mentality. Because in order to be healed, you have to project healing energy. Like I said in a previous video, you can't have a lack mindset and expect abundance. You can't get to abundance from lack. You can only get to abundance from abundance. You can only get to healing from healing. That which the man has, more will be given to him. People that don't have much, even that will be taken away. You can check that previous video. I put a link on it, link to it. But we have to check that thought at the door as soon as it comes up. Okay, that negative thought. The other way to combat a painful experience, say you get some back pain. Okay, I acknowledge it. Okay, it's a bit uncomfortable, but I'm not gonna give it life by speaking about it in a negative way. And if I am gonna say something out of my mouth, it's gonna be something counter to what it seems that it actually is. The word tells us, let the weak say that I am strong. So you could say, instead of my back is killing me, I feel that. That means my back is getting stronger and stronger every day. That's what that feeling is. I felt it. It's getting stronger and stronger every day. No pain, no gain. A little bit of pain ain't nothing. I'm going to have to feel a little bit of pain in order to get to the other side of it. It's the difference between night and day. Not only in what you actually said, but the results that you're going to get. because whatever you focus on most wholeheartedly is what you're going to attract more of. So if you're moaning and groaning and complaining about the pain, you're just going to attract more pain. And it seems unfair. When I first heard that scripture, I thought that was so unfair, about when he said that, him that has more will be given, and him that has not, even what the little bit that he has will be taken away. I thought that was so unfair. But it's not about what humans think is fair. These are spiritual laws in place. It is the law of assumption, it's the law of attraction, and it is the most powerful thing. I love the fact that I know that I have direct control over my circumstances by what I think and what I speak, what I feel, what I assume, what I have faith in. It's a beautiful thing. And we just got to remind ourselves to do this in every situation. We're essentially reprogramming ourselves. Okay, we've been taught one way for a long time, and you're gonna have growing pains. It's gonna take some time to get used to establishing a new habit. But once you do, it's second nature. I almost never say anything limited, right? I've cut down the things that I think probably down 75%. Not perfect with it, but I'm a lot better than I was, because I would think something and then I would say it. Then I would say it again and I would get in the mood. And now I'm in that mode. And everything that comes out of my mouth, every thought that comes up is negative. Everything that comes out of my mouth is negative. So the first thing I did, I said, if I have a negative thought, I'm not going to let it come out of my mouth. The second stage was, okay, when the negative thought comes, not only am I not going to say anything about it, I'm going to use that repeal and replace method. Okay, you need to repeal that thought, because regardless, you know if it's a thought that's going to bear the type of fruit that you want to bear, that you want to hurt, because all thoughts bear fruit, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Because thoughts are seeds. Thoughts are seeds that's planted in your heart, and it is going to spring forth some type of circumstantial harvest, some circumstantial fruit. So, you have to be wary of the seeds that you're planting in the soil of your mind. So, you got that bouncer there. That thought comes. Oh, man. How am I going to pay this? I don't know. This car note. Oh my goodness. I don't have enough. Blah, blah, blah. You can go, oh, I'm not going to be able to make that pay. Oh my goodness. And you can go into that negative mode. Or, let me see. I didn't know how I was going to pay it 5 months ago. Got paid. And it will again. I mean, it seems counterintuitive, because we're so used to just operating in the natural, and we were not created to operate this way. My life is so much different just by watching what I think and what I say. And then you could be purposeful in it. So, once we've gotten through most of the negativity, and it's going to take you a little time, because if you are a negative person, a pessimistic person or negative, and that's just kind of you, it's going to take some time to turn that corner a little bit. But once you do that, now you can start using this to your advantage. You can start to be a deliberate creator what would I like my life to look like? Okay. Let me plant that seed. Let me speak that reality. Let me focus on that all day long. Okay? And once you do that, now you're where you need to be. And once you do it for so long, I mean, you established a new habit and you're in that mode. But guard your thoughts and think things into existence. God bless you.